Imagine getting up every day full of energy as if you were in your 20s again. What would that be like? What would it be worth to you? What is your health worth to you? Think about it. Your health isn't everything, but without it, everything else is nothing. And yet, too many of us are taking it for granted until something goes wrong. And no one wakes up hoping to be diagnosed with a disease or chronic illness. And yet, we've never been taught how to be proactive in our health through our school or public health. As a registered health coach and integrative health practitioner, I believe it's time this information is made available to everyone. Combining new knowledge around your health and the ability to do my functional medicine lab tests in the comfort of your own home will allow you to optimize your health for today and all your tomorrows. Don't wait for your wake-up call. Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Wait for Your Wake-Up Call podcast. I am your host, Melissa Deely. And today I want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. Just you and me. I'm going to talk about something that you've experienced. Anxiety. Now, here's the thing about anxiety. It gets a really bad rap. Most people hate it. You think it's a terrible feeling that's here to ruin your day, derail your plans, and make life harder than it needs to be. And while it feels that way, I want to offer a different perspective. One that I hope will empower you. Anxiety isn't this evil force. It actually serves a purpose. In fact, it's your mind attempting to help you. It's showing up because your mind is worrying about something in the future. Something that hasn't even happened yet. Let me say that again. Anxiety is your mind worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. You see, your mind wants to protect you, to prepare you for what might go wrong. It's simply doing its job to keep you safe. It's a very old, primal pattern. The trouble is, when you focus on what you don't want, the fear, the failure, the rejection, guess what happens? You get more of that. You've probably heard the saying, you get what you focus on. And it's true. If you focus on the anxiety yourself, you feed it. It grows. It starts to fill up more and more space in your mind. The more it grows, the more you feel stuck. And when you're stuck, it's like trying to find your way through a thick fog. All you can see are the negative outcomes. You don't even register that there are successful outcomes available too. And that's why anxiety can feel so paralyzing to you. And here's an eye-opening stat for you. According to the World Health Organization, rates of anxiety disorders have increased by almost 25% in the last decade. 25%. 1 in 4. That's huge. Why is this happening? Because our modern world is saturated with uncertainty, information overload, and unrealistic expectations. Our minds are constantly triggered to worry about the future. All of this causes stress. And when you put your focus on the worry, it intensifies and becomes anxiety. And you literally feel it in your body. And you know you're not alone in your experience of anxiety. You hear others complaining about their anxiety too. But here's where the magic happens. And what I really want you to take away from this show. and why I'm really glad you're here learning this today. Anxiety is also a reminder. It's like the rumble strips on the side of the highway. You know, the ones that make your tires vibrate when you drift out of the lane? You're driving and you go out of the lane, you go brrr over the rumble strip. They're not there to punish you. They are there to remind you to focus back on the lane you want to be in. And anxiety works the same way. It's a signal to refocus your mind on the outcome you desire, not the one you fear. When you intentionally focus on the successful outcome, the version of you that has already moved through the event successfully, the anxiety no longer has a reason to stick around. You cannot be in both lanes at the same time. You either focus on the fear or focus on the success. The choice is always yours. And here's another truth. You don't like feeling stuck. No one does. It's simply human nature to want momentum, to want to move forward. However, when anxiety takes over, it can feel like there are no solutions. And I promise you, solutions always exist. Sometimes you just need the loving support of someone else to help you reframe your perspective and see those solutions clearly. And that's where I come in. Using tools of the unconscious mind, I can shift your focus or clear your screen, so to speak. You see, your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. And you already know that because in simply imagining a negative outcome of something that hasn't even happened yet, you are experiencing anxiety. When you instead imagine a positive outcome, the outcome you'd love to have, your anxiety goes away. And that's just one tool of the unconscious mind. There are many more. You just haven't been taught them through school or society. These are powerful tools that allow you to operate at a whole new level. Once you learn them, it's as if you're driving through life in 6th gear instead of in 1st gear. Your unconscious mind is the other 90% of your mind. Stop limiting yourself by just using 10% of your mind and start learning to use all of your mind and step into your highest version of yourself. I can help you do that. For instance, if you feel anxious about everything all the time, I can help you shift that using a powerful technique called timeline therapy. It helps you release the limiting beliefs that trigger your anxiety so your mind no longer needs to run the old fear pattern. And if your anxiety is a more specific event, for instance, writing a test, going to an interview, doing a TED Talk, flying, then I've got a super practical tool you can use right away. It's called the anxiety clearing exercise, and I'd love to walk you through it right now. If you're driving though, please pause and come back to this when you're somewhere safe. If you're not driving or you're done driving, let's begin. First of all, I want you to think about something that is making you anxious. Remember, it has to be a specific event. And now I want you to rate the anxiety that you feel in relation to that event on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being high intense anxiety. Got that number? Good. I want you to remember that. Now, close your eyes. And all you need to do is follow my instructions and listen to my voice. And I want you to ask your unconscious mind where your future is in relation to your body. Is it up or down, in front of you, behind you, to the left, to the right, or in some other direction? Trust the first answer that comes. Your mind knows. And whatever answer comes is absolutely perfect for you. And now, with your eyes still closed, I want you to float up above that timeline and out in that direction towards your future. Float out to 15 minutes past the successful completion of the event that you thought you were anxious about. And notice in your imagination, who are you with? How are you celebrating? Notice the others cheering you on. You've completed it successfully. Congratulations. How do you feel in your body now that you've successfully completed it? Really soak that in your mind's eye as you observe that 15 minutes ago, you completed whatever it was you thought you were anxious about. And now, I want you to turn around and face back to now from out there in your future. And ask yourself, where is the anxiety? It's gone, isn't it? Because your unconscious mind now knows you survived. You just showed it that you made it through. You cleared the screen of the worry and you created a new movie screen of your successful completion of that event. And you lived. And the unconscious mind's number one job is to keep you safe. And you have shown your unconscious mind that it has fulfilled its job. Once it knows you survived, it no longer needs to trigger anxiety. And so the anxiety is gone. Now gently float back to now and open your eyes. If for some reason your anxiety isn't at zero at this point, I suspect it's because you didn't fully imagine the successful completion of the event. If you had fully imagined the successful completion of the event, your anxiety would be gone. It would be at a 0, regardless of where it was on that scale of 1 to 10 before you started. All you need to do is go back and do it again. And this time, really notice all the wins, the feelings, the celebrations of successfully completing that event that hasn't happened yet. Remember, this is all imagination. The anxiety that is triggered is about an event that hasn't happened yet. That is imagination. And you can shift the focus to create a movie screen in your mind's eye of your successful completion of that event. And notice that and show your unconscious mind that you've successfully completed it. And then ask yourself again, where is the anxiety? And once you've shown your unconscious mind you've successfully completed the event, the anxiety will be gone because that's all it needs to know. You can use this tool anytime anxiety creeps in regards to a specific event. Recognize that when anxiety does creep in, it is simply a sign that you need to clear the screen, shift your focus, and use this tool to do just that. Life happens. Anxiety will arise. And now you have a way to rise above it so it doesn't take hold and keep you stuck. And every time you use it, you'll get better at it. I love the quote from Vince Lombardi. It's not how many times you get knocked down in life. It's how many times you get back up that matters. With this tool, you can keep getting back up. As I said, this is just one of many tools I teach to help you move forward, to get off Victim Island and back over to Solution City, where, by the way, the restaurants are way better. And if you'd like to learn more about the tools of your unconscious mind and start living in sixth gear instead of being in first gear, join us for our next Meet Your Unconscious Mind workshop. The link is in the show notes. We'll demo this anxiety clearing exercise there as well and dive deeper into the power of your unconscious mind. Remember, you are never stuck. Solutions are always available. It's all about shifting the focus and bringing things into our awareness. At that point, the solutions are made available to us. And you are more powerful than you know. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please share it with anybody that you know could benefit from it. And I look forward to seeing you back here on the Don't Wait for Your Wake Up Call podcast next week with another wonderful guest on the show. Are you ready to up-level the power of your own mind? Because if you are, you will want to join us at the Amplify Your Mind Masterclass. It is a 2-day program where transformation meets action. You will discover how your unconscious mind shapes your thoughts, your actions, and your success. And you'll learn the 3 principles and how thoughts and mind and consciousness are impacting your entire life. We take you through 2 different hypnotic inductions for an incredibly relaxing experience, one on each day. And past students have said they learned more in these 2 days than they did in a 6-month life coaching course. So if you want to up-level your mind and do it with extreme efficiency, join us. No fluff, no guesswork, just real results. I will put the link in the show notes, and I'm gifting to my audience a massive promo code for our April class on April 15th and 16th. Using the code GIFT47, you will receive this class for literally that price, $47, for 2 days of personal growth, empowerment, and transformation. See you there.